Hey y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you're watching this live, say live. And if you're watching me on the replay, give me a comment and say replay. All right, so I want to ask you this question. You don't have to answer this out loud. You can just answer this to yourself. But I want to know, go ahead. It's just you talking to yourself, which is totally cool. If anybody tells you not to talk to yourself, they're crazy. I talk to myself all the time. But I want you to ask yourself, are you making enough residual income? Are you making enough residual income? And it's not totally a trick question. Because another way to ask this question is, are you making residual income? And let's talk about what residual income is, all right? Residual income means you do a job once and you get paid over and over and over and over again. Some people call it passive income. Sometimes it's residual income. Sometimes it's investment income. But it's doing a job once and then getting paid over time. All right. When you think of like a 9-to-5 job, when you think of your like regular job, if you don't show up, most of the time you don't get paid, right? Sometimes, people even on salary will say, well, I don't have to be there every day because I'm getting paid no matter what. No, I don't really think that's how your boss thinks of it. Your boss wants you to do something to get paid that salary, right? So residual income for me is real estate. I buy a house once and then I collect rent on it every month for the next 10 or 15 years. If you're listing houses, that's not residual income because once that house sells, you got to go get another one listed. You got to go get another one listed. You got to go get another one listed. If you're renting a house, you got to deal with a bunch of phone calls for like a week or two. You get somebody to move in and then they pay you every single month. And if you did a good job when you were buying the house, that means you're going to be making money, residual money, every single month because hopefully you're not renting it for what you're paying for it every month. So when I say, are you making enough residual income? First of all, I'm asking, are you making residual income? And I talk to a lot of people that are already in real estate. They're already renting houses, but maybe they're making $500 a month in residual income, like clearing, netting $500. Or I spoke to a lady a week or two ago, and she was making like $1,000 a month. But she had been making an extra $1,000 a month on top of her job for so long that it just felt like regular income. In the beginning, an extra $1,000 a month was awesome, but now that pays for lots of other things. And if she has a tenant that moves out in the middle of the month and she doesn't have that $1,000 next month, she's already budgeted for it. So now she's in a bind. So technically, even though she's making residual income, she's not making enough residual income. She came to me because she was wanting $5,000 a month in residual income. She wants to go from $1,000 a month in her rental properties as extra residual monthly money that comes in. She wants to go to $5,000 a month because in her mind, $5,000 a month is going to be enough residual income. You may be thinking, God, $5,000 a month, that's like hitting the lottery. It's good. But when you start getting that $5,000 a month, now you start looking around and going, I could pay off some of these houses if I was making $10,000 a month. And then $5,000 a month isn't enough residual income. So you buy some houses, you buy some apartments, you get some other stocks or dividends or investments and other things that pay more. You turn around twice, maybe 6 months or a year, and now you're bringing in $10,000 a month in residual income on top of what you're getting already in your job. And if you're dedicated enough, if you're committed enough, if you're I guess dedicated is the best word I can think of, but if you're convinced that an extra $10,000 a month is going to be enough passive income, and you actually use that $10,000 a month in residual income to pay off some of your investments, so then you don't have any mortgage payments, now you're making maybe $15,000 a month in residual income. The thing that happens to most people, even when they start making $15,000 a month, they start thinking, gosh, I'm getting old. And I already know people that are in nursing homes, and they already pay $8,000 or $10,000 a month for really good care. So if I'm making $15,000 a month now, is that enough residual income? Again, you don't have to answer this to me. I just want you to ask yourself, are you making enough residual income? What plan do you have in place to get more residual income? I talked to a lady earlier this week. She has 98 doors. Not 98 houses, but 98 doors. She's got some apartments and some commercial units and some other things. 98 doors. Let's assume she gets $500 a month per 98 doors. That's like 50 grand a month. But out of that, she has mortgage payments. She has expenses. She has marketing. She has things that she has to pay out of that 50 grand a month. So she's thinking to herself, is $50,000 a month enough residual income? Most of you are thinking, hell yeah, 50 grand a month, I could do a lot on that. But you're not thinking about what's going to have to be paid out of that 50 grand a month. I know lots of people, not this lady. I know another guy, actually, who has like 117 houses, all houses. And he gets to put very little of that money in his actual pocket every single month because he is leveraged to the gills. He looks like he's rocking and rolling, but he's still not making enough residual income. I know another guy who he's selling off his portfolio. He used to have, I think, 116 houses. He's down to like 82 now because he wasn't making enough residual income. He wanted to make more, like he got to keep 40 grand a month. So he's selling off his properties like I'm doing. I'm selling off properties so that I can get free and clear houses so that my residual income will actually come up because I won't have any mortgage payments going out. It's not very fluffy to think about, but it needs to be considered. You need to think about it. How much money do you make every month? You don't have to tell me, but think about it. How much money do you make every month? What do you have to do to make that money? Are you missing time away from the family? Are you missing time away from your real passion in life? Are you giving 40 hours a week to somebody else's dream? And when those 40 hours are over and you get your paycheck, do you get any other checks in the mail to help make the ends meet? Or do you have to pull an extra shift or give up a Saturday to get an extra $1,000, or I don't know, or do you have to pick up a new client so that you can have a bump in salary for this month? Because I'll tell you, the day it all clicked in my head, I was at Mom's office. I was working for the trucking company, and I was up there, and Mom, I don't know what day it was, but Mom was collecting checks. And I was like, what are those checks for? And she was making a deposit. I said, what are all these checks for? And she said, well, this is the rent money that everybody sent us on our houses. And I said, oh. And I sat there and I thought for a second. I said, well, I mean, yeah, I guess I knew that you had houses, and I guess I knew that people were living in them. And I'm like 24 or 25 at this point. Like, I'm kind of slow sometimes, guys. But like, I remember sitting there and thinking, so you're making twice as much money every month because you get paid money for working, but you also get paid for owning these houses. I said, Mom, why don't I get any checks in the mail? Why doesn't anybody send me extra money? Why am I not making twice as much money every single month with the same amount of hours in the day? And my mom said to me, well, you have to buy something first. People don't just send you money. But if you have houses, if you have land, if you have apartments, if you have real estate, people will send you money every single month to live in that property. My mom calls it mailbox money. I think I have one person that actually sends me a check every month out of 15 houses. Everybody else, I get notification money. My phone just bleeps when the bank has received some money. Or I get an email that says, hey, we just paid. So I get inbox or notification money. My mom gets mailbox money, but I don't. I get notifications. But that was the actual moment, though, for me, when I realized I could make twice as much money every single month if I had people paying me to live in my houses or to rent my land or to stay in my apartments. So I want to ask you again. The first question is, do you have residual income? The second question is, do you have enough residual income? Are you making enough residual income that you're able to pay off your properties? Are you making enough residual income that you're going to be able to retire 10 years sooner, 20 years sooner? Are you making enough residual income that you can fund your passions? Maybe you love boating. Maybe you love sailing on a boat. You know, if you bought a house and people paid you an extra $500 a month, at the end of the year, you'd have $6,000 that you could put either towards a new boat or fixing the boat that you have. If you had two houses that paid you an extra $500, that'd be $1,000 a month. That means at the end of the year, you'd have an extra $12,000. What if you had an extra $12,000 every December? How much better would your Christmas be? How much bigger would your New Year's party be? How much fancier would your Thanksgiving dinner be? Think about it. Because I was 28 when I started getting residual income. And I'll tell you what, I wanted to kiss that first check that came in, but it was electronic, so I couldn't. But still, think about it. You're working, you're running the kids around, you're doing dinner, and you're going and doing things on the weekends, and you're taking trips, and you're going to church, and you're doing all these things. But are you working for your money, or is your money working for you? And do you have a plan into place so that you don't have to invest any money into getting this residual income? Because I tell you what, when I buy a house and I don't put any money down, and I have somebody that makes the monthly payment for me, and they pay me to move into that house, I'm making money a lot faster than if I put all my money into a house and got it back after month after 5 or 10 years. There is a way to get ahead. Real estate is the only way that I've found to get ahead. Y'all think about it and let me know. Are you making enough residual income? Are you making enough residual income for the rest of your life? You want more residual income? Yeah. Let me know how I can help. See y'all later.